And welcome back to Who Will Win. You'll notice there's no what if on up from Sunday. Things got a little. Things got ahead of me and behind me all at once, so I couldn't get out the video. I couldn't make the video really. So I'm just gonna put it out on Wednesday along with my other what ifs. So you have two what ifs on Wednesday along with the Who Would Win and the Death Battle prediction. But today's Who Would Win comes to us from Jonathan. Is that Pomerly or Pomerly? Pomerly. Well, they asked the question. Who win a fight? Goku, Naruto, or Goku versus Naruto versus Aang from Avatar: Last Airbender in a three-way battle. Now, I had all these characters on the series before, so I can go over them real quick, and I'll give you the general idea. Goku, Saiyan, he's actually around his 40s, but he's got the body of someone much younger, and he can fight he's in his prime still. He can, physically speaking, his strength has no real defined limit. We know he can lift at least 40 tons minimum in his base, but with God Ki and more training, we don't know where that's at. His strength is augmented by his Ki as well as his speed. He moves faster than the eye can see. Honestly, he probably moves at light speeds at this point, just in his base. He's capable of manipulating his Ki for flight, energy blasts, energy shields, mind reading, telekinesis. Capable of increasing his power with Super Saiyan forms. At Super Saiyan 3, his power actually is strong enough to shake the entire planet. Once you hit the God levels, he is technically a universal being in terms of his power level, just not in terms of his actual abilities. He doesn't have like a ability that would actually destroy the universe. Beerus does with his overall power in the Hakai. He could theoretically Hakai the entire universe at full power. But, his power radiates out and can damage the universe itself. However, with Super Saiyan Blue, he contains that, controls it. And then if he's pushed far enough past things like Kaioken multipliers and along those lines, he can hit Ultra Instinct, which is a level beyond some of the gods of destruction. So he is, at that point, a universal powered being. Master martial artist and all around extremely powerful combatant. Naruto, trained ninja, though initially he wasn't the strongest ninja. I always use Naruto right near the end of the original series because it has been stated that Naruto in the Boruto series hasn't kept up with his training as much and therefore isn't quite as strong. We never see him use like his Six Sage mode form. So while it's he can still, I'm certain he can still use the form if he's out of practice with it, so he doesn't use the form. So when we're looking at that Naruto's capable of dodging light speed attacks. When he dodged Madara's attack, which is said to be at light speed, move at light speed. Strength-wise, I'm not certain on his strength, physically speaking, but he's durable enough to definitely take hits. He's got a healing factor with him. He wears a chakra cloak. He is able to sense things that cannot necessarily be seen. He has truth-seeking balls, which are composed of all 5 elements of chakra, which can morph and do many things. They can also pin people down or pin chakra. Kind of like how Madara's limbo clones, he was actually able to skewer them and pin them in place. He's also quite skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Obviously, any sort of ninjutsu that goes on there. He has a wide variety of mostly Rasengan form, Shadow Clone Jutsu, obviously, substitution, transformation. Mostly Rasengan variants, though, that I've noticed. So it's mostly that. But I mean, you have the standard one, Great Ball, Giant Ball, Wind Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken, Giant Rasen Shuriken, Planetary Rasengan, Mini Rasen Shuriken. What else was another one? Then you go into the giant forms that use the other Tail Beast chakra. So not just Wind chakra, but you get the Lava Release one, which could cut through the entire World Tree, Tail Beast Tree, whatever. Cut through the entirety of that thing. You had an Ink one, which I don't know what that did. You have a Magnet Release one, which with the Shikaku's ability can seal things. Then you have Acid, which is what the Six-Tail Slug was for, or could do. The Steam Release one, which I'm guessing is just Steam. There's got to be other ones that I'm missing here. I know there's a Fire one that was based off the Two Tails. I mean, yeah, there was, and then he combined giant ones together because he can take on the fox form to make two giant super F-off ones, which are basically just tail beast Russian shurikens. And he can also fuse two Kurama clones into one to make like a two-headed, four-armed, 18-tailed Kurama beast monster. That was able to basically just raise the earth and alter the landscape with a flick of its wrist. And then you have Aang, who, right off the bat, physically, I'm going to say Aang's the physically weakest of these guys. Aang is not a tough guy, physically speaking. He's light on his feet, he's agile, he's quick, he can kind of fly around a bit, but he can't actually fly. Naruto can float, and Goku can actually fly. No, Aang can manipulate the air enough that he can use his glider to fly, and kind of propel himself through the air a bit, but ultimately he can't fly. But Aang is master, and with Aang, yeah, we know more information about him, like in the Legend of Korra, but we were never around for that time period. I'd like to see an Avatar series that took place during that time period. That would have been cool, where he was an adult at basically his prime. But more or less, his prime is sometime afterwards, after, we'll say it's 15-year-old Aang, to be fair, or 16, or whatever he's called. I think he's 12, actually. 13, probably, at the end of the series. So, capable of mastered all the elements, so he can manipulate earth, water, fire, and wind with a mastering degree. He can redirect lightning. He's not a martial artist, though. He's not really good at actual physical fighting. He can avoid fighting pretty well, but he's still a human. All these characters, well, Goku's technically not human, but he looks like one. They're all still technically human. Aang does have the ability, though, to take away someone's bending or the use of chi of some kind. So, or ki, depending on what you're going to call it. In this case, chi, ki, they probably fall into the same category in some regards. But he can only bend someone's spirit, the element of energy, if his spirit is stronger than their spirit. If it's not, he can't bend that, and if anything, it might corrupt and destroy him. So now we have that out of the way. If these guys had to go into a three-way fight, who would come out on top? Well, I'm going to tell you who's going to probably end up losing this fight first and foremost. Aang is going to end up losing this, is going to be the first one out of this fight. Just from both Naruto and Goku are physical fighters, first and foremost. Aang is not a physical fighter. And they also have ranged attacks that can, counteract whatever Aang honestly throws at him. He throws wind. Naruto can just go Kyuubi, thrust his arm, and just create a gust that counteracts that. He throws earth at him. Goku can just blast the earth. Fire, they can just counteract the fire either with just Rasengan or whatever. Water, same thing. Goku can just, even if he gets trapped in an orb, he can just power up, and they can both just power up and blast away the water. Now, if you're asking if the Avatar state could possibly take these guys on, that's a different thing. Because remember, this is a three-way fight I have to go with. I would imagine that Goku and Naruto would be doing the most of the fighting. Now, Aang would be trying to maybe get involved. Only when he goes into his Avatar form do they take him more seriously. He becomes basically a force of nature. Problem is, as a force of nature, he would definitely be able to, he'd certainly be able to put Naruto on the back burner a little bit until he goes full Kyuubi. Goku just has to go Super Saiyan, maybe Super Saiyan 2, to really just be okay, I'm just going to blow the earth you're following at me away. Fire, blow that away. Is it? Goku, he's not a threat to Goku. He just isn't a threat to Goku. Naruto, though, I feel, I might do it another who would win at some point, obviously, in the future I might, with them fighting each other, because I have to focus on the three-way fight here. Naruto, he might be able to put it on the back burner a bit here. He might be able to actually, force him into a bit of a corner for a little bit. Then Naruto goes full Kyuubi. So now you got the Kyuubi Naruto. Super Saiyan, will be nice to say Super Saiyan 2 Goku at the moment. And Avatar State Aang going at each other. And, Goku, he tries to push back Naruto, but Goku, blasts him away. Fortunately, he has the air shield on, but the energy blast still blasts him away, and he's blasted to a mountain. So Aang realizes Goku's the bigger threat at this point because he's able to blast him away because Goku wants to fight Naruto. He comes in. Now, if he tries to bend either of these guys' energy, I am sorry, He loses that fight. Now, here's the explanation for why Aang loses a fight in energy bending, trying to manipulate his will. Against Goku, particularly, he loses. Goku's will has never been broken, ever. Ever. Now, you can make the argument, what about when Krillin died and he went Super Saiyan? That didn't break his will. That pissed him off. He just saw his friend die in front of him, his best friend die in front of him. That didn't break him. That pissed him off. And then he was ready to beat the living crap out of Frieza. Never once has Goku ever faltered in his will. Even when he was down out, like against Beerus, when he knew he lost, Beerus is about to destroy things. He was still like, he's still like, if I got, I'll throw any last bit of energy I can at you. He's also a trained martial artist for decades. He has decades of discipline, decades of going up against individuals who make Aang look like a joke, mind you. Aang is not a planet, but he can manipulate the Earth. He can manipulate basically any element on the planet, but he cannot manipulate the planet itself. Even in the Avatar state, even as a force of nature, the best you can hope for is manipulating something, a part of the planet, like a volcano or something, or stopping a tidal wave. But like manipulating the entire planet, destroying the entire planet, Aang is not a planet buster. Goku has beaten not just planet busters, galaxy busters. Hell, Jiren, you could probably make an argument, has the power of a universe buster, and Goku more or less beat him. He lost the fight only because his Ultra Instinct ran out, but he won that fight. Let's not mince words about it. He won that fight. So Aang's and Goku's just faced down individuals that Aang wouldn't even be able to hold a candle to, not even close. So he could not bend Goku's energy. Goku would overpower his will in a heartbeat. Naruto is a bit of a trickier explanation of why he lost. Naruto's will again is strong, but Naruto has been broken once or twice before. He has had himself manipulated on a rare occasion. So Naruto's will I'd argue, isn't quite Goku's, but it's still strong. But then you have the fact that if he tries to bend Naruto, he's not just trying to bend Naruto's will, because Naruto has a little ace up his sleeve called Kurama who lives inside him. And that's not just it's basically like saying trying to bend the lion turtle's energy. I doubt Aang could have done that because he learned the technique from the lion turtle. So if Aang tried to bend either of these guys' energies, and I feel that he would feel he'd have to stand any sort of chance, he would not just lose if you can't. The line turtle said, if you can't bend someone else's energy, you yourself will be destroyed, and Aang would be destroyed. Aang would destroy himself trying to bend either of these guys' energy. Now, if you want to try to make some sort of argument in favor of Aang for bending either of these guys' energy, please put that down below. But I'm saying in a three-way fight, Aang is also not dumb. He would know he can't compete with these guys on pure power. He'd have to outsmart them. And he has no technique to outsmart them and beat them. So he'd eventually either corrupt himself, or I think Aang or Naruto would honestly just use a Shikaku sealing or Rasengan and seal him there. So that basically leaves Naruto and Goku to fight. Now, a full QB mode Naruto versus, at least right now we're at Super Saiyan 2 Goku, that'd be a fun fight. I think Naruto could hold his own, honestly. I don't personally think he's a planet buster, but I do think he is he could blow up the moon. I think he could blow up the moon. I think they even did in the last movie. He hollowed out the moon. So at full power, he could blow up the moon. I feel comfortable with that. I don't know if he could blow up the planet though. Goku can blow up the planet. So he's not a planet, but ultimately that's the problem here, is that everything Naruto throws at Goku can just up it and just continually to overpower it until he reaches God forms, and then Naruto really just wouldn't be able to outlast Goku. Goku would just blow him to hell or just knock him out eventually and just overpower his form. Ultimately, Goku is the winner just because sheer power-wise, sheer fighting combat experience, and sheer overall skill, it's Goku overall. Goku wins this simply because Goku has fought literal gods. Now, Naruto has fought someone kind of like a god in his world with Kaguya, but Kaguya does not have a planet-busting power. She was able to don't get me wrong, she's able to manipulate the planet with her ability, but she's not a planet-buster in terms of pure power. And Aang, the closest thing to a god he's fought is spirits, and that's not even close. Really, that's not even close. The spirits would lose terribly in the DBZ world. Most of these characters would lose terribly in the DBZ world. It's just the nature of the worlds, basically. So yeah, Goku would win a three-way fight overall, but If by chance Goku were to lose the three-way fight, who would be the second most likely to win? It'd be Naruto. Naruto would be just the second most likely. Aang doesn't stand a very strong chance of winning this fight, if at all. The best he could get is to trick them, bend their energy, and hope he could. Problem is, Goku just has too much mental discipline, willpower, training, and overall power to really be manipulated like that, or controlled like that. And Naruto, well, I don't think it's quite as strong in willpower or departments, though very strong. He also has Kurama, who I'd put on the same level as that damn lion turtle who taught Aang. And if Aang probably couldn't bend the lion turtle's energy, he can't bend Kurama's energy. So that's my belief on it. So I do, like, in the order of who would win: Goku, Naruto, Aang. Aang would lose, unfortunately. But what do you think? You think Aang wins? You think Naruto wins all the time? Aang wins all the time. Goku doesn't win all the time. Who do you think wins the majority of these fights? Put in the comments below. Let me know. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. So as you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. And that wasn't... I meant to do this, this, and this. That's the order I do that thing in. Yeah, put in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to it at some point. Like I said, I'll have 2 what ifs on Wednesday, along with a who would win. I'll actually have to pre-record some, just so I'm not overwhelmed by things I got to do on Wednesday. But yeah, who would win? 2 what ifs, and the death bell prediction will be Wednesday because the death bell is going to be up. And thank you for everyone who's watched that video, by the way. That death bell prediction video. Not only has that gotten the most predictions, or the most views of any of my death bell prediction videos, but it's also honestly now one of my highest viewed videos. So I think honestly thank all you who watched that video. Where's that ranked actually? It's like, I think it's my 6th highest watched video. Thank you all for that. I appreciate that. That makes me happy. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, folks.